Live NFL trivia every Tuesday night on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern. Come show off your football knowledge and have a chance to win cash prizes. Check the link in the description to find out more. And now, on with our feature presentation. A bad beat. When you pretty much got the win locked up in the bag. A string of catastrophic events would have to happen for you to lose your money. There doesn't seem to be any conceivable or possible way that you lose at that point. Yet somehow, the Vegas gods conspire against you, and you lose. If you've gambled before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Heck, you might have even found yourself on both sides of it. These moments that may or may not be incredibly insignificant in terms of the wins and the losses, but for those who bet on the games, can provide some incredible drama or heartbreaking disappointment. Scott Van Pelt has this incredible series on SportsCenter called Bad Beats, where he looks at the best of these bad beats from the past week in sports. But that segment only focuses on the previous week. I want to take a deep dive. I want to do what I do best and take a look at NFL history and examine some of these absolutely terrible moments in bad beats. I'm talking about the bad beats from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'm talking about the bad beats that would make your jaw drop when you saw it pop up in the newspaper the day after the game. And today, we're hopping in the time machine and going all the way back to 1990. Welcome to the Bad Beats Club. There are quite a few bad beats from this season, so this won't be the first time we go back to the year that kicked off to the 90s. But to start this episode off, we're going toward the beginning of the season and going to Buffalo for this matchup between the Bills and the Denver Broncos. A while ago, I made a video about this game featuring the craziest 77-second stretch in NFL history, which you can check out in the upper right corner. That stretch gave the Bills an 8-point lead and sent the Orchard Park crowd into a frenzy. What happened after? Well, let's just say gamblers weren't too happy. Alright, here we go. There's just over 3.5 minutes left in this one, and Buffalo is up 29-21. The spread is Buffalo by 3. Scott Norwood is lining up for a 47-yard field goal. If he hits this, you win. The Bills would have an 11-point lead, and even if Denver went down the field and scored a touchdown, because the 2-point conversion didn't exist back then, the most they could cut it to was a 4-point game. Barring anything crazy, if Norwood makes this field goal, you're good to go. Instead, doink. No good. Norwood can't get it to go. Alright, you're still feeling pretty good if you're a Buffalo bettor, but it's no longer a surefire thing. Broncos get the ball. Second down, and I don't know what the heck this is, but the Denver offense is all out of sorts. No way can they lead a touchdown drive down the field with this little time left, especially after this third down play. 4th and 10. Get the stop and your bet is safe. Alright, that's not good. John Elway to Ricky Nattiel to get the Broncos at midfield. Time to sweat just a bit. And after this next first down play to Nattiel, you can really start sweating. The Broncos have got themselves into a bit of a rhythm, and this next play gets them just outside the red zone. You're probably cursing either Elway's name or Norwood's name at this point if you got the Bills covering, because you've got a bad feeling about this. 2 plays later, and yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone in Buffalo knows how to defend a screen. Denver in the red zone. And 2 plays after that, of course it had to be Nattiel. Of course. He made so many plays on that drive that it only seemed fitting that he'd shatter the hearts of gamblers everywhere with a seemingly insignificant touchdown. And all Norwood had to do was just hit that field goal, and none of this happens. Instead, it's a bad beat. Truly the worst 47-yard kick that Norwood would miss that season. Let's move ahead to October 28th, Week 8 for this NFC East rivalry between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. The over-under is 37. If you've got the under, you're absolutely cruising right now. There have been 13 points scored through 3 quarters. For you to lose this, 28 points need to be scored in the final quarter. There is no reason to be concerned whatsoever, especially after Philly and Dallas exchanged punts on their first drives of the quarter. Just over 11 minutes left and it's still 13 points total. On Philly's second play of their next drive though, look at this bit of running by Heath Sherman. His longest touchdown run before this was 7 yards. This was a 19-yard gain splitting the entire Cowboy defense. Alright, you're still fine. 20 points total with 10:30 left. No need to panic. Alright, now it might be time to start sweating just a bit. Apparently the Eagles just forgot that they were allowed to tackle Jay Novacek. 2 touchdowns in quick succession. But still, there need to be 2 more touchdowns scored in the next 8 minutes for you to lose. Eagles are punting it away. So as long as there's not a block or something like that, Dallas won't have good field position. Sure enough, it's a block. And Dallas is starting just outside the red zone with a short field. And with 4 minutes left, Emmitt Smith punches it in from 3 yards out. That's 34 points. You're still good, but if the Eagles get a touchdown on this next drive, it's over. But with Randall Cunningham getting hurt on the drive before and looking visibly shaken up, I'm sure you're still going to be fine. Well, he's back in the game, but he can't be that effective, right? After a few short passes to set Philly up near midfield, this happens on first down. This is completely irrelevant, but it just shows that even back in 1990, nobody knew what a catch was, because Instant Replay spent 2 minutes reviewing this play, even though it seemed blatantly obvious. This is also why a lot of people hated Instant Replay back then, but I digress. Philly eventually gets a first down on that drive. After this play by Cunningham, they're in the red zone. He sure looked healthy there. 1 minute left. You need Dallas to play some defense. Replay also reviewed this play because I'm not sure that anyone knew what they were doing back then with this new technology. But then, Cunningham runs it to get Philly inside the 10-yard line. And on the very next play, well, that's the backbreaker. Calvin Williams with a 10-yard catch. Philly wins 21-20. The over wins. How you go from 13 points to 41 in a one-quarter stretch? Well, that's the question a lot of confused bettors were asking themselves on that day. And for this last one, let's go to Chicago. November 11th, Week 10 between the Bears and the Falcons at Soldier Field. Bears favored by 9, and they were up by 21 at one point in the second half. It's down to a 7-point game, but that's about to change right here. Chris Miller throwing an awful pick 6 to Vesti Jackson. That's the ball game. Bears are going to win, and more importantly for the bettors, if you've got them, you're loving life. The pick made it a 13-point game. As long as the Bears don't allow a complete garbage time touchdown here, you're golden. There's less than 90 seconds left. Falcons are starting inside their own 20-yard line. This throw by Miller gets the Falcons near midfield, but they've only got a minute left and they don't have any timeouts. That clock is just ticking away. Miller taking a shot deep down the field. And are you kidding me, ref? He didn't touch him. Show me where David Tate made contact with the receiver. Regardless, it's a pass interference penalty. And out of nothing, the Falcons now have the ball in the red zone. Time to sweat now if you had the Bears. But this defense has been playing well for most of the game, so they can get a stop here. First down, incomplete pass. That's good. Second down, incomplete pass. That's also good. Third down with just about 15 seconds left. Just gotta hold him here. They didn't hold him here. Andre Rison with the 11-yard score on some garbage time points, completely destroying the hearts of Bears bettors everywhere. This was a touchdown that was insignificant to many, but to the select few, was one of the most meaningful touchdowns of the entire season. So there you have it, 3 of the worst bad beats from the 1990 season. If you were gambling over 30 years ago and happened to place a bet on either one of those 3 games, then my condolences. Have a seat at the Bad Beats Club. Be sure to like this video, ring the notification bell, subscribe down below if you haven't already, as it helps the channel out a lot. And be sure to check out Twitch every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for your chance to play NFL trivia and win cash prizes. Link in the description below. If you want to see videos like this condensed down to 60 seconds, then follow me on TikTok at JRGator9 and subscribe to 60-Second NFL History on YouTube. Also, special thanks to all of our Patreon supporters for helping out the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. See how you can become a patron and request future video topics in the description below.